that you're in so much warfare because you bow down at the altar of Delpi Shrine. He said, "Are you in a fraternity?" I said, "Yes, I'm in a fraternity." He said, "What fraternity may that be?" I said, "Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated." You're in a covenant with the devil. Well, I have always been a believer. And it just has been, we can believe all day until we put it to action. Jesus said, if anyone desires to come after me, let them deny themselves and take up their cross daily and follow me. Yeah. So we forget the fact that we have to deny ourselves. And that's what I had to deny myself and walk in the path of righteousness and just find the root of my season. And that is to remove the self-centeredness. So, so we gotta kill our flesh in the process. So that's what I have been doing. And, removing all the, the unforgiveness, the bitterness, the anger. And in this process, it has been forging me. So it just has been a season of refining, a season of pruning, a season of crushing. Wow. So, I did not know that I was this prophetic. Wow. So, I say it has been a travailing season, but, I had to redefine myself in the process and also, still be a father, still be a brother, still be a friend, and still be a businessman. Yeah. So, and still be a follower of the Lord. So, wow. Yes.
Wow, that's a lot. What you're describing is sort of that initial phase and season of coming to the revelation and understanding that you weren't living your life to the standard in which God actually had laid out for you at one point. You believed, but maybe there was some either lukewarmness or just not a level of ignorance of scripture and how to apply it to your life as a man and all those things. So, wow. I want to ask this question. What was the pivotal moment for you when you realized that you weren't doing it God's way? You weren't living life God's way. What was the moment where the light bulb went off and you said, "Wow, Lord, help me get it right"?
Well, for one thing, I'll take you back to 2023.
Okay.
2023 of September 2023. I came back from overseas being deployed as I'm a veteran, active veteran.
Wow. Okay. I missed that piece. Veteran as well. Yes, dang.
Yes. I was overseas deployed in Kuwait on the border of Iraq for 18 months. So I did 2 tours and I came back, of course, wanted to rekindle that relationship, build that relationship as a father with my son. So that was my main focus. And on top of that, I'm like, hey, I'm back home, ready to rebuild my clientele as a master barber. And on top of that, kind of explore other business adventures while I'm back home. So just catching up on the entrepreneurship side of the house. And then on the spiritual side, I said, now I said, Lord, let this be the season that I actually find a church home. Yeah. So, and in the course of me finding a church home, this is where I come into a season of alignment. And alignment is, when you are aligning things in the will of God, like I said, step by step, it's been a process. But once I found my church home, which is a apostolic church, a prophetic church. Wow. I came into a season where I'm in a community of people who are prophetic. I'm in this community. So I'm growing my gift.
And they're operating in their power and authority in the Lord.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So, yep.
That's big.
Yeah, very big.
A lot of churches aren't doing that.
A lot of people now actually don't have a church home.
Right.
But, I came into a season where it's just, I can grow my gift in my church home. I have seen the tremendous progress, the expansion of my gifts.
Wow.
And while I'm at church, I'm receiving revelation. After I leave church, I still receive revelation and confirmation.
Wow.
So this has been a season of growing, you know, and of course, recognizing the alignment.
Right. Yes. And so I think that's beautiful. First, thank you for your service. Yes. I don't know, a lot of people aren't familiar with the toll that could take on family dynamics and being a father and all those things. So thank you for that sacrifice. So I love that you said you came back and you said, I want a church home. You found a church home, and you feel and believe that the Lord ordered your steps to this place, because this is where you start to recognize your spiritual gifts. You're growing in those spiritual gifts. I know that there was a very big revelation that you received. Yes. You said you went to an altar call and there was a really big revelation, something that you were totally unaware of until this moment. So can you describe that to us?
So, yes, in the middle of the church service, you know, the pastor, he called us. He just, you know, put it out there like, you know, if anyone desired to come up to the front, to the altar, you know, bring all your problem and issue to the altar. Me, in this season, this has been the warfare where it has been intensifying. You know, the minute that I came back home, it was boots on ground, back into the civilian population, back into, you know, civilian society. It has been so much tremendous warfare to where, okay, I did not recognize the warfare until, I want to say, the 5th month, because I was just taking it step by step. And like, I know that, okay, for one, I'm a new homeowner.
Which comes with its stresses.
It comes with it, you know, but, you know, in the process of me still being on my deployment, I was able to take leave, and I took it upon myself to come back home on my leave and move in my house.
Okay.
And once I got my furniture and stuff situated in my house, okay, I get back. I have a house to come back to. I have furniture, you know, the basic needs to get a house operational just enough. And then once I get back, boom, warfare hit me in my face.
Wow.
It hit me in my face. So I came from modern, I was in the mindset of coming home from modern warfare, and then came into a season of spiritual warfare. So it was a tremendous challenge to where, you know, I'm a whole commissioned officer. I'm a captain. I'm an 03, you know, in the United States Army. And I'm like, okay, like I knew challenges, you know, we gonna encounter obstacles and, you know, setbacks. But I'm like, man, okay, I'm coming back to the civilian sector, you know, trying to get, you know, regain my clientele back. As a master barber, I'm like, man, what's going on? You know, but you know, my clients, they was reaching out to me, Jack, man, when you gonna come back? Man, you know, hey, I'm ready to get in the chair. And once I get back in the chair, like, what's up, bro? I'm back. You know, hey, man, Jack, the economy kind of bad right now. Things seem to not be going the way that I want it to be. You know, I can't afford your haircuts right now because I charge $100 a haircut. So I have a pretty nice sized clientele, you know, across this nation, you know, that I have out of town clientele, then local clientele within the city of Atlanta.
I see.
So it was challenging. It's very challenging, trying to, you know, I'm a builder, but like I said, that retention rate was not able to expand, and, you know, I wasn't able to recuperate as fast as I thought I would.
Right.
So from leaving the shop, and then I prayed on it, I meditated on it, and I saw that, you know, hey, this is the time for me to go ahead and use my GI Bill. So I used my my VA GI Bill, and I used it for my CDLs.
Okay.
And I applied for truck driving. I went to truck driving school, you know, started with a trucking company. And man, the warfare intensified even more.
Wow!
Because of, you know, the what's going on, what's the divine calling of what's happening is about to happen in my life. And, you know, as a truck driver, you know, it's already strenuous because of the amount of responsibility that you have, carrying 80,000 pounds up the maximum, unless you expend more within a permit. But you know, carrying at least minimum 40 to 80,000 pounds on the back of your trailer. So I did flatbed, and flatbed with a real man. So
I don't know nothing about that. So you teaching me some things.
Listen, if anybody, you come into the trucking industry, everybody know, they try to run away from flatbed. I can't. I hit the ground running with the hardest division of trucking. But flatbed is where the real men are. So
I hear you.
But but on top of that, it just still being in warfare, and I was facing a lot of demonic attacks.
Right.
So
where mostly were you feeling those attacks? I know it seems like first it was your barber business and clientele, so it's hitting your pockets at this point. You try this thing, I have this benefit, and now it's hitting the trucking endeavor, pursuits. You try to get that stuff going. So where were you seeing those demonic attacks mostly? Other than I'm sure financially.
Yes. Other than the finances, just trying to get my license at this point. I go to CDL school, truck driving school, and it was a lot of barriers in a way, but I was able to overcome it, and it made me a better driver. So it was challenges. Even on a driving test, even after I got my license, just allowing the Lord to order my steps and finding the right trucking company. So, I was trying to, I was applying in different, trucking companies within the industry, trying to see what trucking company I can land and, get a good foundation, where they can train me and get much as I can from out of this trucking company. So I went with a mega carrier trucking company called Snyder Nationals. So Snyder, which is a trucking company that have multiple divisions, and but I was just a number. I was just a number. It wasn't really family oriented like I thought it would be. But I was just a number. But I was like, hey, let me just get started, and I gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I did for the first 3 months. And the first day that I actually ran my first load, my first route, I caught myself reaching for the radio, man. I felt myself going. It was like it wasn't an out of body experience, but I kept myself going in slow motion, just reaching for the radio. And like I say, I was going to my first pickup location, and that scared the hell out of me. I knew something was off. And on top of me, before that happened, just getting make sure I meet the requirements and the standards of this company, taking tests, standardized tests, and on top of training to take tests, it was intensifying. So it was a process. Yeah.
So you're going through all of these transitions, like really big life transitions is what it sounds like.
Yes.
Military, civilian life, businesses not thriving and not just not taking off in the way that you were expecting.
Yeah.
So when you have this altar call moment that the pastor was leading in the church that day, was your mind sort of in this place of like, why isn't anything working the way that, where was your mind and your heart at that time when you went to the altar?
My mind and my heart at that time when I went to the altar, I just feel like, I don't know, I was just being withheld. I was just being withheld. Everything was on hold. And I didn't know the root of my situation until like I said, I attended a prophetic church. And I went up there to the altar. I'm in so much intensifying warfare. I was having demonic attacks thrown up in the parking lot, at the company parking lot, throwing up. Yeah, I was, panic attacks, headaches, gastritis.
Wow.
I was.
So health issues, physical issues.
So health issues on top of, my mental well-being.
Yeah, for sure.
But once I went up there to the altar, and as I, other believers and church members was at the altar call. And he was, the pastor was making his way around to me, and he called me and said, "Excuse me, can I tell you something?" I said, "Yes, let me prophesy to you." The reason that you're in so much warfare because you bow down at the altar of Delphi Shrine. He said, "Are you in a fraternity?" I said, "Yes, I'm in a fraternity." He said, "What fraternity may that be?" I said, "Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated." "You're in a covenant with the devil." I said, "Okay." "You're in a covenant with the Greek god Apollo."
Wow.
So the
he named it at the altar.
Yes, the oracle. And once it, like I say, once he told me that, immediately at that altar, that's when the Lord showed me going through that ritual, along with my line brothers, along with everybody along with everybody who were my sins that year, during that ritual.
Wow.
And there was an altar set up, the Delphi Shrine, that was set up on the stage. And as we going through the ritual, at that moment, it hit me. And I'm like, God, okay. Mind you, I'm in front of the church.
Yeah.
I was one of the last ones still up there. He saw me, and I didn't even have my paraphernalia on, but I had my Kappa Alpha Psi wristband.
Yeah, just like
one, so that I came there, and he didn't even see it, but after he told me that, I immediately took it off. So now, after church service, I'm like, okay. And this was, during the summertime. So I did not denounce my letters until January because, I'm still over the road truck driver.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay. But after that let me know, okay, this is the root of why I'm in so much warfare. How do I address this? Who do I talk to? So luckily, there was other brothers at the church who denounced their letters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was actually a former brother Alpha Phi Alpha, that I was able to, get in contact with and talk to, get some guidance on how to denounce my letters and, just see where I'm at mentally with how, with the situation.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, so that I had guidance and, talked to him and, took me through the process and like, hey, time running short.
Wow.
Time is running short.
Yeah.
I said, something that I don't know. But through it all, I thank God, that it has been revealed to me. That now I can look back at it. All this was just witchcraft because I'm a part of a cult.
Yeah. And so let's talk about the spiritual implications, the things that you learned as you come into this truth, you come into this knowledge of knowing, wow, in ignorance, I made this decision thinking this was something good for me, thinking that I was joining something positive. And as you're coming into knowledge of understanding the things that make this anti-God, anti-Yahweh, anti-Jesus. What were some of those big spiritual things that you realized made this witchcraft and made this something that truly was upsetting to the Lord?
Okay, well, a lot of the things, once I noticed, I kept having setback after setback after setback after setback. I noticed that, like I said, I was having health failures. Of course, failure in my finances. And on top of that, failures in my personal life, in relationships.
Yeah.
This is witchcraft at its finest.
Right.
This is demonic attacks at its finest. So I just need to figure out what is it that I have to do? I got to break away from this covenant.
Right.
I got to come out of this.
Right.
And through the months, being busy. So after I come off the road, I still have military obligations. What did it was the breaking point was when I was in Captain Career course. Like I said, even testing was a problem.
Wow. Wow.
So I was just trying to, pass, take study. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, messing around. I was committed to Captain Career course because, it's a 6-month process and I'm back on active duty.
Wow.
And, this is a 6-month course. I take it extremely serious. And I got kicked out of the course within 2.5 months, because I wasn't able to pass a test. Wow. I was in so much warfare to where it was hitting me. It was hitting me in the classroom, after we trying to take a standardized test.
Yeah. Yeah.
To where, okay, the instructors had to pull me out. Said, Johnson, man, what's going on? What's going on, Calvin Johnson? What's going on, man? I'm like, man, I'm studying, I just wasn't able to make the timing of the test, but what happens is, when we have standardized tests, open book tests, but you have so much material where it was very extensive, trying to find the answer, but it like I say, I was in so much warfare to where I saw the warfare unfold right before my eyes.
Wow. Everybody
else, and being a seer in the spirit realm, now that I look back on this, that covenant is serious. It's so serious, it's intensifying. But, it was me, God, the Lord had chosen me to go through this season.
Right.
We are his chosen ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And after I, of course, months passed, and after denouncing, after I broke free, that's when, the real battle begins.
Yes, it does.
And that's in spiritual purity.
Yes.
So,
yeah, because of course the enemy now sees that you've come into knowledge of the truth.
Yes.
You received it, and you're applying it. And see, there's a difference, right? Because like you said in the beginning, you could believe all day long, but you're not living it, then it's just an idea, really. It's not, this isn't your way of life. And that's really, truly living in obedience. It's a way of life.
Absolutely.
So now the enemy knows.
The enemy knows.
He knows. And he ticked off about it because he knows that you're chosen for a reason. He may not know fully what that is, but he knows that if God is using you, it's going to prevail, right? And so I think I just said this today to somebody, it might have been my husband, that the real battle begins when you give your life to Christ, because now it's a battle for your soul. It's a battle for the kingdom of darkness to get your soul back.
Absolutely.
And to get you to fall away from truth. And it's not really, I won't say it's not a battle for the kingdom of God, but now it's like God is like, are you going to fight this out? Are you going to trust me to fight this battle for you? Are you going to stick it out? You know what I mean? Are you going to be faithful? Because I will always be faithful. And that's not something that I even myself, going through my seasons of spiritual warfare, understood, but it's taken me even a while to be like, in those times, God is going to be faithful. Absolutely. He is Jehovah Nissi will fight. Absolutely. He is going to win those battles. Right. But are we willing to trust him in those ways? Because the real test is truly the leaning not on your own understanding, but also realizing that you are incapable of doing it without him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So the real battle begins, and I guess speak to one, I know you renounced and you did the official removal of membership, but then you also went out publicly and shared your testimony. So speak to what that was like, making that decision to speak about it publicly, but also what was going on in your life as you were coming out of that covenant in that organization. What were you seeing as far as the warfare intensifying even more? Okay. Yeah.
So, so we coming into 2025 and it's a new year. Of course, it's a lot, all the Divine Nine, majority of them are having their Founders Days.
Yeah. Yeah.
So of course, Kappa outside, Founders Day is January 5th. And, so I was in so much warfare all 2024. I'm like, man, I didn't even get a chance to go out. And I decided to step out on Founders Day. So me, getting dressed up for Founders Day, I'm going suited and booted. I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I caught up, with the fellas. We stepping out. We about to get ready to step out. Well, Jack, what time? Okay, well, this is the time, I'll meet up and go pick them up. And, as I'm getting dressed up and about to get ready to leave out the door, I heard a voice. And it wasn't nobody but the Lord. Enjoy yourself, because this is your last one, as I'm walking out the door. Wow. Enjoy yourself.
Because you had already kind of heard that thing in the summer before.
Yes.
Wow.
Enjoy yourself.
Wow. Wow. Woo.
Because this is your last one.
Ooh.
And when I heard that right before I'm walking out the door, oh my goodness. So,
wow.
I closed the door. I'm like, okay, my time is running short. I'm going to go out tonight. So I went out on Founders Day, and the demons, they backed off. They backed off. They allowed it to flow, because I was in all hell 2024. And on Founders Day, I was literally, I'm scared on Founders Day.
Wow.
Because I was in so much warfare. I was looking for my truck to break down, something that happened, but everything went smooth on Founders Day. It went smooth. You know what I'm saying? And they're, caught up with other brothers, within the frat, they were happy to see me. But, still, like, man, it's too good to be true, because I've been in hell, and in everything that I've been involved in, from the barbershop, truck driving, military, just everything that I was involved in. All hell broke loose on me in 2024, and then for the first time, I stepped out on Founders Day. As I was about to get ready to open the door, and get ready to lock my front door. Enjoy yourself, because this is your last one.
Wow.
And 2 weeks later, I denounced my letters.
Wow.
On Kappa outside.
Wow.
I renounced and denounced my letters.